besides Kalonzo launching his presidential bid last time, do you think Kalonzo will beat William Ruto come 2027 election? I think that's something which is impossible. Kalonzo is infamous more than Ruto. I think the person who can beat William Ruto is Fred Matiangi or Edwin Sifuna. So if Fred Matiangi and Edwin Sifuna combine so that Fred Matiangi can be the president, Sifuna will be the vice president, Rigathi will be the prime minister. They will form a collaboration which will beat Ruto come 2027. They will win in the area bad. They cannot wait for 8 a.m. They will win 6 a.m. But now, in that, Kalonzo went ahead and launched this presidential bid. I think Kalonzo will do better when he will be given the CS position, like CS of Interior, CS of Education, because Kalonzo is too humble. His launch in the presidential bid come 2027, despite of launching the presidential bid come 2027, I think it will make no impact in terms of politics 2027 come. When President William Ruto will face his opponents in the race. I think Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka is not fit for the challenge. He's not fit for the race. He's not a good competitor to William Ruto. I think this 13-year agenda that Kalonzo Musyoka said that he has in his slogan and in his manifesto, let him share the slogan and manifesto to Fred Okengo Matiangi and Sifuna so that they can combine their manifesto also so that they can use it in development come 2027. The combination of Kalonzo and Sifuna cannot work. I think combination of Fred Matiangi, Edwin Sifuna and Rigathi Gachagua will work better. Look at the campaign launch that Kalonzo had last time, and now he said. And if it happens that you are new to the channel, it's the first time you are watching the channel, don't watch and leave. Just subscribe, comment and share. Watching can help us move ahead. You give us a new hope.
For time, or shall we start with you, Fred?
Thank you. I have very little to say. I just want to say that a few months ago, I said SHA will collapse in 6 months. For the last 4 days,
It has collapsed.
the systems are down. That is a sign of collapse. When Rigiji tells you that your wife is expected, please buy some diapers. I want to ask our members of parliament in the National Assembly, those who believe that they serve the people who elected them, to be the forefront in rejecting on the floor the 2026 finance bill. And the other side, the flower girls of William Ruto, the flower girls who are the majority, will want to vote by acclamation. Please be present to force a division so that Kenyans can know who voted with them and who voted against them, so that they can keep a record, so that next year, in another 14 months, they can pay them back in kind. So that is my plea, that please be present on that day so that you can force a division, so that it is known, it's on record, who has voted with the people of Kenya and who has voted against the people of Kenya. I want to support that the new administration next year will do away with the housing levy. And I want to put Kenyans on notice. You are being asked to start paying for these houses. Please don't. You just lose your money next year. Don't throw good money after bad. Keep away from those avoidable houses. Because next year, sure as December 25 is Christmas, William Ruto and his people will go home. There will be a new administration that will do away with the housing levy. So it is foolish and unwise to put your money when you know that chances are 9 to 1 you lose your money. Again, we have seen a lot of land belonging to private people being grabbed by William Ruto and PS Nixon Koril, especially here in Kiambu, where there are large tracts of land belonging to private people, the land being subdivided and sold hastily to investors. I want to put investors on notice. Please, don't buy this land. Next year, the land will be given back to the owner, and you will have to make a trip to Sugoi to look for your money. It is unwise to lose money when you can see you are going to lose it. All those large tracts of land, William Ruto moves at night with a torch, identifying land, and PS Nixon Koril, his tribesman, is the architect of grabbing land belonging to private Kenyans. And this land is being sold cheaply. And gullible Kenyans are buying. This will not be allowed to happen, and the land will be restored to the owners, and you just lose your money. So please, unless you have money to waste, we're asking Kenyans to be careful. And again, all those people who are being sold public assets, please don't buy. You will lose your money next year. Because it will not happen. All these public assets will be restored to the Kenyan people. And since we are putting you on notice, you will not be able to plead ignorance and to say that you bought because you did not know. Don't buy public assets between now and the next general election. You just lose your money. I thank you.
Well done.
Let us take our seats, relax, as we listen to our presidential candidates. Karibu.
Okay. Wow. Distinguished guests, fellow members of Wiper Patriotic Front, members as well of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition, family, friends, wazalendo wenzangu. Of course, I recognize their excellencies, the governors, and the leadership of both the Senate, the National Assembly from our side. Allow me tonight to say the following. As we open a window into a lifetime of public service, and more importantly, into a vision for the Kenya we can build together. This is more than the launch of a platform website. It is our Komboa moment. Komboa is about rising together and about moving from promise to delivery, from potential to progress, and from hope to action. Those who have followed our journey since the Wiper Patriotic Front National Delegates Conference on 10th of October last year know that we did not choose the word lightly. Komboa is not a slogan. It is a covenant between me and every Kenyan who believes that our country needs urgent liberation from the current state of capture. For the young Kenyan scrolling through a smartphone tonight, this website offers more than information. It offers a glimpse into history. You will find photographs never before shared publicly, moments from campaigns and public service, and insights into some of the most consequential chapters in our nation's journey. You will see a leader who sat across the table from global statesmen, stood firm when it mattered most, and returned home each time with Kenya's interests at heart. You'll also find the record of a life spent in public service, not in pursuit of power, but in service to our people. For the older Kenyan who remembers the struggle for multi-party democracy, the sacrifices made, and the long road we have traveled as a nation, this platform preserves those memories and honors those efforts. This website is a bridge between what previous generations fought for and what our generation must now salvage and build. As I've said before, we are not a movement of yesterday, nor are we merely a patriotic movement of tomorrow. We are the generation that carries both responsibilities. Bringing Kenya closer. One of the greatest tragedies of Kenyan politics is the distance between leaders and wananchi. The distance between promises made on podiums and realities lived by ordinary Kenyans. The distance between decisions made in Nairobi and their consequences across our 47 counties. And here I must say, people have been paying lip service to devolution. Devolution must work. We have built this platform to help close that distance. Through our AI-powered engagement platform, every Kenyan, wherever you are, can interact directly with this campaign. Ask your questions and raise your concerns and challenge our ideas. You deserve answers grounded in honesty, in substance, and respect. This website also includes our resource mobilization platform because Komboa Kenya is not a campaign funded by cartels or sustained by corruption. It is a people's patriotic movement, and the people must power it. I urge you to contribute what you can. Whenever for one moment think your candidate is any weaker because of making it open to all of us. But above all, contribute from your heart. Every shilling given by an honest Kenyan carries more value than any check written in pursuit of favors. I now must do a word of thanks. Wazalendo wenzangu, no journey of this magnitude is walked alone. And even those who are Liverpool fans know that. You will never walk alone. But I tell you, I am, and you all know, I am, right? Arsenal. And we are unveiling the real Arsenal today. And you will not believe it. You'll be hit from every corner, not knowing what has hit you. The real Arsenal. To my darling Pauline, you continue to walk this journey with me, even from your sick bed. And I must thank all the Kenyans, many Kenyans, and friends from across the world who have continued to uphold you in prayer for your healing and complete restoration. I have, of course, some of the members here of the family. I also want to thank them. At the end of this presentation, I will ask Churchill and Kennedy to come for a photo op so we can see which one of them comes nearer Juba. To our brothers and sisters across the Azimio, I needed to actually also recognize the Patriotic Front fraternity. You know, we decided, in recognition of the genz spirit, we realized we didn't want to be like a laid-back kind of movement. Therefore, we moved from being a movement to a patriotic front. Because the time to get out the arsenal and salvage this country is now. You are the backbone. You, the Wiper Patriotic Front members, are the backbone of Komboa Kenya. To our brothers and sisters across the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition, I think by now you'll have realized I was elected the party leader, not just of Wiper Patriotic Front, but Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. And we are on it. And to every Kenyan leader who chose national purpose over personal convenience, I thank you. Our unity is our strength. Together we are stronger than any one party, any one leader, or any one community. From this podium, allow me to salute my co-principals in the United Alternative Government and to thank them sincerely for standing together as a strong team which has sworn to stand with Kenyans, and which team, I can assure you, will stand together until we liberate this country for real. I actually had to debate whether to invite them, and I said, maybe once you have sorted out this issue about flagship. But for now, I know that they are all watching. They are a wonderful team. We know that this administration's only hope is that United Alternative Government will split. Without any split, today, fellow Kenyans, I can actually assure you that William Ruto is a one-term president. To the friends who believed before it was fashionable to believe, Komboa Kenya thanks you. And to every Kenyan who has not yet joined us, the door is not just slightly open. I can tell you it is wide open, and there is place for you here. Komboa is for everyone who has grown tired of promises without delivery, leadership without accountability, and sacrifice without reward. Political conmanship in our beloved country must sincerely and unreservedly come to an end. And this is the time. Fellow Kenyans, I cannot stand before you tonight and speak only about websites and digital platforms and AI, while 16 of our daughters lie buried after the tragic fire at Utumishi Girls Academy in Gilgil. Tonight, I join their families, and I'm sure all of us do, and I want to ask that we stand for 1 minute silence as we even ask for order in our secondary schools, in our public schools, as we remember these girls. Thank you. Please be seated. No parent should ever receive the devastating news that a child will never come home again. Their memory deserves more than a moment of silence. It deserves action. I saw a principal secretary literally screaming at our children. That is not the way to do it. Since May, Kenya has watched with growing concern as school after school has experienced unrest, destruction, and fire. Lenana School, State House Girls, Alliance High School, Loreto, Limuru, and even today we are seeing Kakamega High and others, and many others across our country. The signs have been visible for years. Students are raising concerns about living conditions, about food quality, about mental health pressures. I repeat, mental health pressures, inadequate resolution conflict or grievance resolution mechanisms, an environment where they often feel unheard. Yet, the response has remained largely reactive. This is not a crisis. It is a neglected one. As a nation, we have become too familiar with mourning and too slow in addressing the underlying causes. We gather at school gates after tragedy strikes only to leave the same systematic problems unresolved. Leadership requires more than investigations after lives have been lost. It requires prevention and accountability. And it requires the courage to acknowledge failure when failures occurred. As a presidential candidate, and with the benefit of experience in public service, I commit to 4 immediate actions. Number 1, a mandatory national safety and audit of every boarding school dormitory in Kenya, accompanied by enforceable deadlines and criminal liability for non-compliance. Secondly, a fully funded national school mental health program. These incidents are not only about physical infrastructure, they are also about emotional well-being. Too many children are struggling in silence. Thirdly, a comprehensive review of boarding school standards, including accommodation, nutrition, safety requirements, and student grievance mechanism, resolution of grievances mechanism that ensures every child is heard and treated with dignity. And fourthly, genuine accountability. No symbolic suspensions or transfers, and certainly not public relations exercises, but accountability for every official, every administrator, every contractor and regulator who knowingly neglects student safety. The children of Kenya are not statistics or not indeed talking points. They are our present and our future, and they deserve leadership that treats them accordingly. I want to address you on why this moment, why this moment, why this leadership. We have experienced power without principle. We have witnessed charisma without character. And we have lived through promises that were forgotten the morning after the oath was taken. Even the very Constitution, as some of our leaders have sworn to, becomes nothing. We must return this country to constitutionalism. One of the greatest legacies by President Kibaki was Constitution 2010. How do you, for example, explain while the Constitution says public officers are not supposed to campaign, and they have sworn to uphold the Constitution as by law established? Some of these will have to go to jail. Simple. We know the cost of failed leadership. Kenyans feel it every day in higher taxes, in shrinking payslips, rising fuel costs, struggling businesses, importation of Ebola into our country, growing unemployment, mounting public debt, and increasing hopelessness among our young people, as well as the current unrest, of course, in our schools. We are at a crossroads, ladies and gentlemen. Did I not read yesterday that over 60% of Kenyans, 65% of Kenyans are reportedly angry with the current regime? Please notice the difference. Not that they don't support it or support, they are angry. The book of Ecclesiastes, for those of us who believe the Bible, chapter 4, verse 1 says, I quote, "Again I looked and saw all the oppression that was taking place under the sun. I saw the tears of the oppressed and they have no comforter. Power was on the side of their oppressors. And even they too, when the oppressors had no comforter. End of quote. Does that make sense to you? The oppressor sitting on the oppressed, not even able to know what to do themselves. Komboa Kenya offers a deep earth. It offers leadership grounded in experience, tested by adversity, and guided by principle. It offers a leader who has served in government and in opposition, who has participated in peace efforts across our region, who has known both victory and disappointment, and who has remained steadfast in his commitment to the people of our great nation. This website reflects our commitment to embracing innovation while remaining grounded in the values that have shaped our journey. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is only but the beginning. Prophet Habakkuk reminds us at chapter 2 and verse 2, I quote, "Write the vision and make it plain." Today, we have done exactly that. We have written down our vision and made it accessible to every Kenyan, wherever they are. Now we invite each one of you to help write the next chapter. Not as spectators, but as builders of the Kenya we all deserve. A Kenya that rewards enterprise, meritocracy, and hard work, not privilege and political patronage. Indeed, not Rutopreneurs. Did you hear me? Not Rutopreneurs. History will one day ask what we did with our country when our country stood at a crossroads. Let it be said that we chose courage over fear, unity over division, and service over self-interest. If we walk this journey together, ladies and gentlemen, united by purpose and driven by hope, that Kenya is within our reach. Let us walk this because it's within. This is within. Even as my wonderful brother, Dr. Reverend Malwa, talks of expanding territory, the prayer of Jabez. I would particularly, and I've lived that story, that I may not cause pain. Because we have to just become a leader. You swear by the Bible and the Quran, and you swear by the Constitution itself, and the next thing is you're causing pain. But I also know that it may not be fiscal boundaries, Reverend Walua. Must be expanding boundaries from this podium to the rest of our country and beyond in our region. I am a believer in East African integration. I'm a believer. That is why I work so hard, along with my brother, former President Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, to make sure the East African Treaty was signed. And today, I'm a little perturbed that under the leadership of William Ruto, the community is almost disintegrating. We will work it out again very quickly, very quickly. Together, we shall komboa Kenya, we shall rebuild trust, we shall restore our dignity, including the dignity of the payslip. We shall renew the promise of our republic, and we will leave the next generation a country worthy of their hopes, worthy of their talents and their dreams. As Senior Counsel, I have in your midst a client. I think you will have time to speak to you. We are even selling literally the goose that is laying the golden egg. I'm referring to Tony Gachoka, my dear friend. I hope you'll have time to say something, Tony. We need guys who can stand and say no to even capturing and selling off our strategic national assets. I can't say much because I'm still before judges of the High Court who have already given us orders stopping the nonsense. From Tanzania, Amadorin, if you can just stand and wave. Thank you. Thank you. And we have also here Klein, my buddy, Klein Mairu Kalonzo, just stand and wave. Thank you. There is on Kevin and his wonderful wife, Mama Pauline. Both of those ladies are actually Mama Paulines. It's because the newest member of the House of K is 2 weeks old. That's why Moasia and Sharon are not here. We congratulate them. And of course, our daughter must be watching these proceedings from Leeds, where she's teaching law at the University of Leeds, along with her wonderful husband, Martin, himself a software engineer. Well, this whole thing is looking very exciting because it will not be possible to steal the next election. I said not occur to you. It is not possible. It simply will not be possible. But because every political party has some strength from where they come from and something like that. I know there's a Dr. Malonza in the house and the team of professionals from my home county of Kitui, where Dr. Malonza is in the house. That gentleman has done a tremendous job, and listening to him, I've given him authority to make sure they follow the party constitution to the letter, where the polling station is the most important venue. Out there, you should have your party officials. The branch of the party, as you know, is the constituency, the 210 constituencies. And I believe we are going to field the candidates across the 290 constituencies in the Republic of Kenya. There's already a lot of, I know that by the end of this June, there's a lot that is going to happen. When I saw my immediate former president of the Law Society of Kenya, Madam Faith, I was encouraged. Faith, are you in the house? These are the young people who are coming up to take over, even the leadership of the party. We must truly be not a regional party, truly now the engine, the party preparing to take over leadership next year. And so we must not make any pretense about it. Every party leader, I want to suggest, must literally do the thing they must do. Make sure you're grounded, open those branch offices and the sub-branch offices, which are the wards, the 1,450 wards in our country, and prepare for takeoff. I say, you're just beginning to unleash the arsenal that will make William Ruto absolutely one-term president. And there's no crime. And that is the beauty of being a Kenyan. Because Kenyans have come of age. They are never afraid. They never can buy fear. Not even when you tear gas them. And then you become the oppressor in the book that I've been talking about. And that oppressor can never win. I must stop there because it's dinner time. And you guys have bought this dinner. Congratulate. I think you should all clap for yourselves. Yeah, my shita from the mountain is, I should have recognized. And I talked about Damari and Martin. My in-law is here. A guy I rely on. That's a guy who tells me this G to G is nonsense. He used to be the CEO of the National Oil Corporation. We have all the expertise we need. Thank you so much, Mulanua, and others. Because on occasion like this, we have to recognize family, but this is the bigger family. And this family is growing. And so, be very strong. How many of you believe that Ruto is one term? One term. One term. I will not add aende asiende, but it's obvious. Aende akiandanga. So, thank you so much. And Prof, thank you so much. We have a wonderful team here. You have noticed that our brother Zain has been unwell. Zain Abubakar was in charge of the SKM Command Center. But I must introduce Mercy, who spoke here, Mercy Wambua, immediate former CEO, not immediate, a former CEO of the Law Society of Kenya. There she is. So she is in charge of that campaign secretariat. And she's also the immediate former chair, CEO of the Ombudsman, People's Administrative Justice. So she has the feel of it. And so they come in young and able, and please, we will require every volunteer we can manage. All the volunteers in the various departments that Professor Muluvi and his team will be talking to you about. Allow me again, Dr. Chambi, to thank you and your team for a wonderful job. You see, they did it so professionally. And I don't think it's even hackable. Not even a Tumbi with all his misdemeanor can try to do anything here. He's got his match, and even those who want to pay in cryptocurrency, it is as open as that. So I feel delighted tonight, and thank you. Thank you for eating into your supper's time. May God bless you and give you appetite. Appetite to win, and win big. Asanteni sana.
Asante, tumwongeze makofi mazuri akiketi. DJ, subiri tu kidogo. Asante, let us take our seats. Thank you, Your Excellency. As the digital